The impetus for this project came with the 150th celebration for the university. As we were looking at ways to tell the story of the university over its 150-year history, we came up with the idea to do a giant mural on Main Hall. As that project evolved and as we tried to figure out how we could make that work, we decided instead of doing a permanent installation that would be stuck with us forever, why not install some frames on the building, giant frames that would allow us to exchange artwork over time. When we knew that we were ready to swap the banners out, I thought, well, let's use the next incarnation of this to really tell the story of what we're trying to do in the College of Arts and Humanities. Our mission, of course, is student success in all of its ways, but we've been partaking in a 3-year campaign for social justice in the college. And so I asked the art director, Professor Scotty Reifsnyder, what if we put out a call to tell us what the connection is between the arts and humanities and social justice. Let's get artists thinking about that connection and see what they come up with.
The theme of social justice and equity was the impetus of this. And the challenge was finding the artists to do it. Kate Stewart, who teaches painting here, referred me to a talented, at the time I was a sophomore, Noah Burns, and then who I kind of was familiar with through his work in EO Bull. And then I just approached Noah, and then he was very eager to take on the challenge of creating the artwork for the social justice banners that are hanging today.
So the process for this piece of art was actually taking sketches from my sketchbook that I had taken from just my first 2 years at Westchester, and converting that into digital sketches. So I'd be drawing the people around me, I'd be drawing what I would see, and I think that was a really good interpretation of what the time was like in Westchester, so I wanted to turn that into a mural.
My job as the art director and his mentor on this was to not overwhelm him, but then to still satisfy the client. So it was just a matter of him and I talking, and then just one day not being sure what to do, just asking him, can I see your sketchbook? And he showed me his sketchbook, and right away the answer was in his pages of his sketchbook. I took them to Dean Bacon right away, and she's like, yes. So that was how we arrived at the solution for the what the art was going to be.
Noah Burns came up with some amazing work. He really is just a talented illustrator. He's an observer of life, and so he's out there doodling and just watching students in their natural habitat do their thing. And as he started to create sketches, we just kept kind of nudging him, how can we take this idea and push it a little bit more toward the humanities or a little bit more toward issues of social justice? But he really ran with it, and what beautiful art we have to show for that.
I think one of the biggest challenges working on these banners was just the scale of them. I think they were 6 feet by 12 feet, and just that weight on a computer of my size just wasn't working at the time. And the department actually loaned me a computer for the time to work on these banners, and really helped out the process.
A really cool thing about this project is that we were able to tether it to our Succeed with Ease closet that we have in the College of Arts and Humanities. This is a fund that was provided by a generous donor to help us make sure that students have the things they need to succeed in our classroom. We were able to buy a brand new laptop to help this student who created this artwork succeed in getting the artwork done. And so it's just another great example of how when the whole community of educators works together, we can make magic happen here at Westchester.
It's awesome that our students get the opportunity to showcase their work in a public setting where not just students see it, but faculty and just the community as a whole gets to see it, and it just gives more exposure and highlights the talented people like Noah that we have here at the university. It's awesome.
I guess one aspect I enjoyed is that seeing that the school is willing to give opportunities to students to do this kind of work. And I hope in the future that we continue to have these opportunities and continue to be able to put our work out in public.
The perfect thing about having this permanent installation on our campus is that now we can swap it out every year. So not only do we have the banners that we can swap out, we now have a small frame that we can tell the story of what's on the banners that we put up this year. But we'll put out a call this year. Hopefully students are paying attention. They're seeing that amazing dynamic work and they're thinking, oh, how can I get my work to be on Main Hall? So when we put out the call, there'll be a theme. We haven't yet chosen the theme for the year. We'll see what we get. It could be collaborative. It could be one artist that we choose, and we'll see what submissions come in. And by the end of spring, early summer, we'll have new artwork up so that next year, as students come to campus for the first time, they'll have something new and exciting on the building to look forward to.